will be simply matter of fact. The software will record this automatically, just like your Amazon account. Here we got ratings of people's satisfaction with the service they received, and they volunteer this post hoc after the event. Notice we've got lots of missing data. Now this is a bit of a problem for us because this is a measure of performance for our company, and if we've got missing data, then this column of data won't be as accurate as it would be if it was complete. Now you need to make sure that you can recommend ways of addressing this missing data. One thing you could suggest would be to have a telephone survey afterwards. You could recruit people to randomly phone up, let's say, 50% of the people who purchase from the website over the course of a month. You can also make this a must-complete item. In other words, before they finish the purchasing, they have to complete a little survey. And there are pros and cons. The pros being you obviously don't have any missing data. The cons being people just think, you know what, I simply can't be bothered, and then they just close the page and don't complete the purchase and go and buy it from a rival. Okie dokie. Things like household income have to be accurate as well. This is part of your target demographic profile, and again you're relying on people to be accurate and faithful there. If the survey is anonymous and people realise it's anonymous, chances are they will be truthful when it comes to revealing their income. Now we need to talk about the importance of inferential analysis and graphs. And what you need to do here is you need to be ready to make a pivot table of this data and to analyze it using chi-square, t-tests, and be able to present the data using graphs. Let me just quickly remind you, and we'll finish on this, how to make a pivot table. Click anywhere in the data, go to Insert, Pivot Table, click OK, and it goes to a new thingy bob. Okay, put customer number here, look in the sigma values, and change it so it says count, and then we'll have 50 here, and then just bring all the variables down here, look, like this. They all can go one after another. I'll just leave those there for now. I'll bring them all across, look. I'll bring them all across. Okay. Now we've talked about just tidying this up. If you go to right click on the 50, pivot table options, go to display, click classic pivot table, go to layout, unclick auto column whips, click OK, and then just go to design up here, look. It just makes it look a little bit tidier. And then you can use the pivot table to include in your answer some examples of cross tabulations. Okay, you might want to include sex by place of birth, and this is a way in which you can summarize very quickly the entire 50 rows of data. Okay, you might want to look here, look, sex by type of purchase. If we group credit card and PayPal together like this, so that's credit card. Look, I'll just type in credit card there. We've done all this before, so it's not new to you. Look. Credit card and store card. We can see if there's an effective purchase by sex or an effective sex on purchase. So if we copy those four figures there, and we go to, do you remember the statistics spreadsheet? Here, look. Just take a while to open. Blimey, it does take a while to open. We can paste this into the chi-square. If I remember where to paste it. Paste it here, look. And we can see there's no effect. Look at the p-value, 0.8989. No effect of sex on purchase method. So that can be a result you can mention. So what I recommend you do here, I recommend you include a couple of graphs, a couple of tables, and a couple of chi-square t-test analyses to show the importance of inferential analysis and graphs. Okay, so if you can cover these 5 points with examples and an understanding, and if you can pad out to 1,000 to 1,200 words, then you'll score heavily on this part of the coursework. It's not a problem, and if you want to use the data that I've prepared and do a draft of your report, of your business scenario before we go our separate ways in a couple of weeks, I will look over it for you and give you a provisional mark. You can get data from your work placement, or you can use the data I provided, either being no matter. But don't forget that this carries half your coursework mark. This is half of 40%. No, sorry, half of 60%. This is 30% of your mark for the entire module, is the 1,000 to 1,200 words you write about either these data or data you're going to get. Okie dokie, the video, I don't want to make it too much longer, so any questions about this, see me on Friday or one of the Fridays before we split up. Okay, I want you to score well on this. We've done your other part of the coursework, the spreadsheet problems, so the coursework should be under the belt before we go our separate ways, and that just leaves the exam, and I'll talk about the exam on Friday and what's in it. I can't tell you the questions, but I'll tell you the topics. Okie dokie, any problems, see me on Friday or send me an email. Bye guys.